Want to learn your target language for free? Then get our language gifts of the month right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Giving Directions Conversation Cheat Sheet. Do you know how to tell a taxi driver where to go in your target language? You'll be able to. With this PDF cheat sheet, you'll learn must-know words and phrases for giving directions. Second, the Most Common Verbs PDF ebook. You'll learn over 90 common verbs with this bonus PDF picture ebook. Download and review on any device. Third, how to talk about what you do in your free time. Learn how to say video games, fishing, and much more. You'll pick up over 25 words for leisure activities with this vocab bonus. Fourth, how to learn from home, learning strategies. Want to learn the language from the comfort of your own home? This 1-minute lesson will give you all the best tactics for learning languages. Fifth, the top 35 adjectives for personalities. Can you describe your personality? This next bonus will teach you the 35 must-know adjectives for personalities, so you can talk about yourself in your target language. Sixth, free language learning audiobooks. Want free access to our huge library of beginner-level audiobooks? Then click the link below. Save the audiobooks to your device and listen and learn. They're yours to keep forever. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning program, get up to 45% off our 6-month challenge sale. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the description below. Download them right now before they expire.
Herkese merhaba. Ben Seda. Hi everybody, my name is Seda. Welcome to TurkishClass101.com. Today we will talk about the forms of transportation related verbs. Are you guys ready? Even though public transportation affected negatively due to COVID-19 pandemic, it's a huge part of our modern lives. In Turkey, cars are really expensive because of taxes, and big cities such as Istanbul are very crowded and jammed. So public transportation is a lifesaver in most cases. So without further ado, let's get started. Our first word is metro, subway, metro, metro, subway. Metroyu kaçırdım. I missed the subway. It happens, I hate it. Metroyu kaçırdım. We don't have the subway everywhere in Turkey, but in big cities we have them and they're great because you don't get stuck in traffic. I love it. I love it. Tren. It may sound familiar with English. Train. Tren. Tren. Tren. Tren kaçta geliyor? When is the train coming? If I say it faster, I would not say the last R. Tren kaçta geliyor? Tren kaçta geliyor? I've talked about this before in another video. Check it out if you haven't watched it yet. It was about the cost of living in Turkey, I think. And in Istanbul, we call the tren, Marmaray, which is a proper name, like my name. It is because Marmara Sea is in between the city in Istanbul. You may know the Bosphorus. If you don't know what it is, Google it and check it out. The pictures they're beautiful. So in Istanbul, the train goes under the sea through Bosphorus to cross between the Anatolian and European sides of the city. And because of the Marmara Sea, we call it Marmaray. But this is only for Istanbul. Train is called Marmaray in Istanbul. In other places, it is called tren. Okay? Tren. So the next one is uçak. Airplane. Uçak. Uçak. Uçak. And uçmak is to fly. Uçaktan korkuyorsun. Again, we are like, I don't say the R that much. You are afraid of airplanes. Uçaktan korkuyorsun. Yeah, I do. Not afraid exactly, but I don't enjoy flying that much. Not my cup of tea. Otobüs. Next one. Bus. Otobüs. Otobüs. Otobüs, tren, minibüs, ship, beep. We have a song like that. Otobüs, tren, minibüs, ship, beep. Otobüs durağı nerede? Where is the bus station? Otobüs durağı nerede? We use buses a lot, and now thanks to the technology, we can learn about buses whereabouts through our, phone apps. There are barcodes on bus stops, and you can use your phone to read and see the schedule and don't miss it, hopefully. But sometimes you miss it anyway. Taxi. Taxi, it's the same. Taxi. Taxi. Hey, hey, hey, taxi. Bütün işlerim gitti aksi. We have a song like that. I don't know. Taksiyle gitmezsen yetişemezsin. You can't be on time if you don't go by taxi. Taksiyle gitmezsen yetişemezsin. I never used taxi actually. Bisiklet. Bicycle. Bisiklet. Now you can rent bicycles around the city, especially in Istanbul. Bisiklet. You can just use your credit card, buy the bicycles, rent the bicycles, and leave them in another docking station. Okay, our sentence is, when you learn how to ride a bicycle, you won't ever forget. Bisiklet kullanmayı bir defa öğrenince hiç unutmazsın. Bisiklet kullanmayı bir defa öğrenince hiç unutmazsın. That's true. Once I watched a documentary about bikes and they changed the balance of the bike. What I mean by balance, when you move the handlebar, it goes certain way and you balance your body. And they did something with mechanically and reversed it and no one could ride it anymore. And then after they learned how to ride that reversed one, then the original bike seemed impossible to ride. That is so strange about the balance in our brain. Weird stuff. Anyway, our next word is araba. Araba. Car. A-ra-ba. There are a lot of A's here. A. Araba kullanmayı yeni öğrendim. I've just learned how to drive. Araba kullanmayı yeni öğrendim. I like driving. Araba kullanmayı yeni öğrendim. The next word is yürümek. Walking. Yeah. Yürümek. Yürümek. My favorite kind of transportation. Her yere yürüyerek gitmek en sağlıklısı. Going places on foot is the healthiest. Her yere yürüyerek gitmek en sağlıklısı. Yes, our foot is also a mean of transportation and that's the basic one, That's the oldest transportation ever. Motosiklet. Motorcycle. Motosiklet. Motorsiklet. You may notice that sometimes I don't say R's. When we do that a lot when we are talking fast. Büyük şehirlerde motosiklet kullanmak tehlikelidir. Here I did it again. Motosiklet. Riding a motorbike in big cities is very dangerous. Büyük şehirlerde motosiklet kullanmak tehlikelidir. Vapur. One of my favorites. Ferry. Vapur. Vapur. Vapur. İstanbul'da işe vapurla gidip gelmek en iyisidir. It's the best to take ferry to commute in Istanbul. İstanbul'da işe vapurla gidip gelmek en iyisidir. Yeah, it is. İstanbul vapurları are famous. They are famous with seagulls, throwing simit, which is a kind of a Turkish bagel. Not throwing, but feeding the seagulls with simit. And watching the Bosphorus view is the best. Throwing the seagulls like to get sea, no. So if you ever visit Istanbul, go take a tour on the ferry. You won't regret that, okay? That's on me. Okay, well done. In this lesson, you learned about forms of transportation. And if you want to learn more, click the link in the description and sign up for free at turkishclass101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you will need daily live conversations. And write comments in Turkish to practice. Here, write just in Turkish. Try to write in Turkish, okay? That will help you. And you can ask each other and comment each other in Turkish. Okay? I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I will see you next time. Güle güle. Hoşça kalın. Görüşürüz. Bye. What else? I don't know. Okay. I will take myself out. You can go. I'll go. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you want to really show it, I don't know the rest. Okay, we don't have this song in Turkish like this, but we'll talk about it close. Hey guys, herkese merhaba, ben Seda. Nasılsınız? Welcome to turkishclass101.com. Today, as I said it, we'll talk about if. This video will be focused on grammar, so get ready and buckle up before we start. Sometimes people find grammar boring, but I find it amazing actually. I imagine it like looking through a looking glass to other nations' minds. How they use the language, how they express themselves, say a lot about that culture. So, this perspective makes the grammar enjoyable for me. Hope it does the same thing for you. After this video, you will know what if is in Turkish. How do we use it? What is the short and long version when building if clauses? So, let's get started with the basics. The word if in Turkish is eğer. Eğer. As you know it, sentences with if has two parts. One is if clause, the other is the main clause. For example, if I go, you will see. If I go is the if clause, you will see is the main clause. So the structure is same in Turkish. And also in Turkish, if clause needs to have a special suffix ise. The structure of the if clause is like this. Eğer. Eğer, verb, ise, and the pronoun suffix. Then comes the main sentence. I will put the structure somewhere here or here, I don't know. Now, this eğer doesn't have to be there because there is the suffix ise. Ise is enough for us to understand this is a if clause. If you want to emphasize the meaning, you can use it. Okay? Other than that, you don't have to use it. It is totally up to you. Let me give you an example so you understand this better. Eğer arabayı getirir ise sana gelirim. If he brings the car, I will come to you. Eğer arabayı getirir ise sana gelirim. Eğer arabayı getirir ise sana gelirim. Or you can just say, arabayı getirir ise sana gelirim. Arabayı getirir ise sana gelirim. The meaning is the same. The difference is the emphasis. This is the basic structure, but we don't use it like this. We drop the E from ise and make it se and attach it to the verb. Eğer arabayı getirirse sana gelirim. If he brings the car, I'll come to you. The meaning is the same. Nothing changes. Eğer arabayı getirirse sana gelirim. Here, I need to pause and remind you the vowel harmony rule. You need to learn it to master the suffixes in Turkish. But shortly, if I had to explain, because of the vowel harmony rule, we can either add se or sometimes sa. The structure of the verb in if clause is like this. Clause is like this. Verb stem, tense suffix, se sa, and pronoun suffix. The pronoun suffixes are m for I, m for you, nothing for he, she, it, k for we, nız, nis, nuz, nüz for you, lar, lar for they. Let's see some examples. Benimle yemek yerse geç kalırım. If she eats with me, I will be late. Benimle yemek yerse geç kalırım. Benimle yemek yerse geç kalırım. Next example. İstersem ararım. If I want, I will call. İstersem ararım. İstersem ararım. Okay? Another example. Ne dediğini duyarsak not alırız. If we hear what he said, we'll take a note. Ne dediğini duyarsak not alırız. Ne dediğini duyarsak not alırız. These were some examples. Now let's see how we add the pronoun suffix to the sesa. Let's take gitmek, to go word, for example. Okay? For example. Okay? Gitmek, to go. Let's conjugate in simple present tense. Geniş zaman. Normally, I would say giderim, gidersin, gider. Gideriz, gidersiniz, giderler. Okay? I go, you go, he, she, it goes. We go, you go, they go. That's how we translate it. But when we make it to if clause, we say gidersem. Say gidersem if I go, gidersen if you go, giderse if he, she goes, gidersek if we go, giderseniz if you go, giderlerse if they go. Okay? You add the suffix se here. So, as you can see, in the last one, se is added at the end, not before the pronoun suffix. We sometimes do have this kind of out of the rule adding with the pronoun they. Okay? Just keep that in mind. So this is how we add the pronouns. As I told you before, the structure of the verb in if clause is like this. Verb stem, tense suffix, se sa, and pronoun suffix. We talked about the sesa and the pronoun suffix. I also want you to give examples for different tenses. Tenses in first singular pronoun. Okay? Let's see. For present continuous tense, şimdiki zaman, geliyorsam, if I am coming, geliyorsam. For simple past, geçmiş zaman, geldiysem, if I came, geldiysem. For reported past, mişli geçmiş zaman, gelmişsem, if I supposedly came, gelmişsem. For future tense, gelecek zaman, geleceksem, if I will come, geleceksem. That's it, guys. These were the basic rules of the if clauses. By using these, you can create endless sentences. Now, get started and write some sentences using if in the comment section, okay? Make anything you want. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. And if you have questions, please leave them below and help each other in the comment section. I will see you next time. Görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın. Güle güle. Did you guys get scared of me? Ooh, dın dın dın dın dın. So, herkese merhaba. Ben Seda. Hi everybody, my name is Seda. Welcome to TurkishClass101.com. In this video, maybe you can guess, I will talk about cooking verbs. Do you guys like cooking? I do enjoy cooking a lot, especially things from Turkish cuisine. If you are curious about Turkish cuisine, we have a video about it in this channel. You can check it out, okay? Okay, I'll cut my chit chat short this time. So, without further ado, let's start with our verbs. Verbs. Kesmek. Let me see. Cut. Kesmek. Kesmek. Kesmek. Karpuz kesmek çok zor. It is very hard to cut a watermelon. Karpuz kesmek çok zor. This is so funny. I have a thing for watermelons. Whenever I try to cut it, I found it on the floor. It somehow always slips out of my hands. I don't know why. Dilimlemek. Slice. Dilimlemek. Dilimlemek. Slice. Ekmeği dilimlemek ister misin? Would you like to slice the bread? Ekmeği dilimlemek ister misin? Slicing doesn't agree with me. I always end up slicing too thick. Can you slice nice and thin, huh? Can you? Doğramak. Doğramak. Chop. Chop. Doğramak. There is that soft G over there. Doğramak. Etleri kuşbaşı doğramalısın. You should chop the meat in small chunks. Etleri kuşbaşı doğramalısın. This is actually so funny. This sentence literally means something like you should chop the meat, bird head. I don't know where this idiom comes from, but it sounds kind of barbaric to imagine a bird, bird heads as a measurement unit. And I guess since it means in small chunks, the birds that we are talking about here should be some small types of birds, not something like crows or seagulls. I don't know. Bird heads, kuşbaşı. Anyway, the next one is oymak. Oymak. Carve. Carve. Oymak. Oymak. Oymak. Amerikalılar Cadılar Bayramı'nda bal kabağı oyarlar. Americans carve pumpkins during Halloween. Amerikalılar Cadılar Bayramı'nda bal kabağı oyarlar. In Turkey, we normally do not celebrate Halloween, but nowadays some private foreign schools and people from big cities started to celebrate it. But since it's not that common in Turkey, kids do not knock on the strangers' doors. And there's generally a party with costumes and there's candy and that's it, nothing much. It's not exactly like in States. So, our next verb is kıymak. Mince. Mince. Kıymak. Kıymak. Kıymak. Eti kıymadan pişirdim. I cooked the meat without mincing. Eti kıymadan pişirdim. And the next one is rendelemek. Grate. Rendelemek. Rendelemek. Limon kabuğunu rendeleyip kek karışımının içine kat. Put the lemon peels in the cake mixture after grating it. Limon kabuğunu rendeleyip kek karışımının içine kat. My God, lemon cake with lemon peels is my favorite. Do you guys like lemony, sour sweets? I do a lot. Anyway, the next one is eklemek. To add. Eklemek. Eklemek. Yemek pişirirken tuz eklemezsen pek lezzetli olmaz. If you don't add salt while cooking, it won't be that tasty. Yemek pişirirken tuz eklemezsen pek lezzetli olmaz. Fırında pişirmek. Bake. Fırında pişirmek. Fırında pişirmek. Fırında bir şeyler pişirmek bazıları için meditasyondur. Baking is like meditation for some people. Fırında bir şeyler pişirmek bazıları için meditasyondur. Çırpmak. Beat. Çırpmak. Çırpmak. Kek yapmak için yumurtayı çırpmalısın. You should beat the egg to bake a cake. Ooh, it rhymes. Kek yapmak için Yumurtayı çırpmalısın. Karıştırmak. Mix. Karıştırmak. Karıştırmak. Yağ hidrofobik olduğu için su ile karıştıramazsın. You can mix water and oil since oil is hydrophobic. Yağ hidrofobik olduğu için su ile karıştıramazsın. Yay, you can't do it. And extra note for you guys, we have a saying. Yağ gibi üste çıkmak. This literally means to move higher like oil. We use this when someone who's faulty acts like not faulty, and as if he or she is right the way he or she acts instead of just apologizing. Yağ gibi üste çıkmak. So, that was it. Our next verb is what it is. Eritmek. Melt. Melt. Eritmek. Eritmek. Eritmek. Tereyağı benmari tarzı eritmek daha sağlıklıdır. It's healthier to use double boiler to melt the butter. Tereyağı benmari tarzı eritmek daha sağlıklıdır. Marine etmek. This sounds similar, I think. Marinate. Marine etmek. Marine etmek. Eti sütte marine etmek onu yumuşatır. Marinating the meat in the milk makes it tender. Eti sütte marine etmek onu yumuşatır. Okay, well done guys. Now I have a surprise for you. I will give a recipe in Turkish and I will ask you to translate it into English in the comments, okay? Are you ready for the challenge? Okay, here we go. I will say this all sentences twice. Öncelikle kuşbaşı doğranmış etleri tencerede pişirin. Öncelikle kuşbaşı doğranmış etleri tencerede pişirin. İçine biraz tuz ve su koyun. İçine biraz tuz ve su koyun. Kuru fasulyeyi bir gece önceden ıslatın. Kuru fasulyeyi bir gece önceden ıslatın. Ertesi gün tencereye su koyarak kuru fasulyenizi haşlayın. Ertesi gün tencereye su koyarak kuru fasulyenizi haşlayın. Kuru fasulyeyi pişireceğiniz tencereye küp küp soğanı doğrayın ve pişirin. Kuru fasulyeyi koyacağınız tencereye soğanları küp küp koyarak pişirin. Daha sonra salça ekleyin. Daha sonra salça ekleyin. Üzerine fasulye ve etleri ekleyin. Üzerine fasulye ve etleri ekleyin. Su ekleyin. Su ekleyin. Tencerenin ağzını kapatın ve pişirin. Tencerenin ağzını kapatın ve pişirin. That's it. Did you get what I cooked? Can you write it down in Turkish and translate it into English? Is it too hard or too easy? I don't know. Write your translations down there, okay? If you can. Even if it's not completely, complete, just write what you heard. Or maybe you write one of your own recipes in Turkish. It would be amazing if everyone would share a traditional dish recipe from their country, but in Turkish, okay? Not in English. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I will see you next time. Are you hungry now? I need to go and eat something.
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what kind of movies do you like? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about movies and ask other people about their favorite kinds of movies. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Movies and TV PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
Korku filmlerini severim.
Once more with the English translation.
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
What kind of movies do you like?
Korku filmlerini severim.
I like horror movies. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what kind of movies do you like? That's,
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
listen to it again.
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın? Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is type of movie,
Filmlerini severim.
This Turkish sentence literally translates as type of movie, movies I like. But it means I like type of movie, movies. For example, I like horror movies.
Korku filmlerini severim. Korku filmlerini severim.
Here are a few more kinds of movies you can use with the same pattern to talk about movies. Horror,
Korku. Korku.
comedy,
Komedi. Komedi.
fantasy,
Fantastik. Fantastik.
romance,
Romantik. Romantik.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
Komedi filmlerini severim.
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
Fantastik filmleri severim.
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
Romantik filmleri severim.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what kind of movies do you like?
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
Imagine you like comedies. Do you remember how to say comedy?
Komedi. Komedi.
Say, I like comedies.
Komedi filmlerini severim.
Now answer the question saying that you like comedies.
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
Komedi filmlerini severim.
Now imagine that you like fantasy movies. Do you remember how to say fantasy?
Fantastik. Fantastik.
Say, I like fantasy movies.
Fantastik filmleri severim.
Now, answer the question saying you like fantasy movies.
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
Fantastik filmleri severim.
Now imagine you like romantic movies. Do you remember how to say romantic?
romantik, romantik,
Say, I like romantic movies.
romantik filmleri severim.
Now answer the question saying you like romantic movies.
Ne tür filmlerden hoşlanırsın?
Romantik filmleri severim.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to talk about movies. You are now able to talk about types of movies like a native speaker.
In this video, you'll learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Turkish. Hi everybody, my name is Celine Tokyo. Welcome to the 800 Core Turkish Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Turkish. But there's a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we'll include the previous lessons at the end. So after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at turkishclass101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Turkish. Okay, let's get started. First is köpek, dog, köpek, köpek, dog. Susamış köpek havuzdan su içiyor. The thirsty dog is drinking from the pool. Susamış köpek havuzdan su içiyor. Kedi, cat, kedi, kedi, cat. Kedi neredeyse soğuktan donmak üzereydi. The cat was about to freeze from cold. Kedi neredeyse soğuktan donmak üzereydi. Hamster, hamster, hamster, hamster, hamster. Hamsterlar gündüzleri uyumayı severler. Hamsters like to sleep during the day. Hamsterlar gündüzleri uyumayı severler. Ilık, warm, ılık, ılık, warm. Çocuk ılık süt içmeyi seviyor. The child likes to drink warm milk. Çocuk ılık süt içmeyi seviyor. Yağmur, rain, yağmur, yağmur, rain. Yağmur sokağa yağıyor. The rain is falling on the street. Yağmur sokağa yağıyor. Domates, tomato, domates, domates, Tomato. 1,5 kilo domates al. Buy 1.5 kilograms of tomatoes. 1,5 kilo domates al. Çilek. Strawberry. Çilek. Çilek. Strawberry. Her gün çilek yiyebilirim. I can eat strawberries every day. Her gün çilek yiyebilirim. Kiraz. Cherry. Kiraz. Kiraz. Cherry. Kiraz yemek istiyorum. I want to eat cherries. Kiraz yemek istiyorum. Çocuk. Child. Çocuk. Çocuk. Child. Çocuk ekseni etrafında dönmeye başladı. The child started whirling around in circles. Çocuk ekseni etrafında dönmeye başladı. Arkadaş. Friend. Arkadaş. Arkadaş. Friend. O benim 20 yıldır arkadaşım. He has been my friend for 20 years. O benim 20 yıldır arkadaşım. Yetişkin. Adult. Yetişkin. Yetişkin. Adult. İskelet, yetişkinler için popüler bir Cadılar Bayramı kostümüdür. A skeleton is a popular Halloween costume for adults. İskelet, yetişkinler için popüler bir Cadılar Bayramı kostümüdür. Bisiklet. Bicycle. Bisiklet. Bisiklet. Bicycle. Babam, eğer takdir veya teşekkür belgesi alabilirsem, bana bir bisiklet alacağını söyledi. Dad told me that if I can receive a certificate of merit or appreciation, he is going to buy me a bicycle. Babam, eğer takdir veya teşekkür belgesi alabilirsem, bana bir bisiklet alacağını söyledi. Araba. Car. Araba. Araba. Car. Araba sola döner. The car turns left. Araba sola döner. Motorsiklet. Motorcycle. Motorsiklet. Motorsiklet. Motorcycle. Motorsiklet kullanamam. I can't drive a motorcycle. Motorsiklet kullanamam. Mobilet. Scooter. Mobilet. Mobilet. Scooter. Birisi mobileti çaldı. Someone stole the scooter. Birisi mobileti çaldı. Tekne. Boat. Tekne. Tekne. Boat. Tekne mi satın alıyorsun? Are you buying a boat? Tekne mi satın alıyorsun? Deniz anası. Jellyfish. Deniz anası. Deniz anası. Jellyfish. Deniz anaları suda salınıyorlar. The jellyfish are bobbing in the water. Deniz anaları suda salınıyorlar. Istakoz. Lobster. Istakoz. Istakoz. Lobster. Istakozlar çok pahalıdır. Lobsters are very expensive. Istakozlar çok pahalıdır. Yengeç. Crab. Yengeç. Yengeç. Crab. İki yengeç bir kayada yürüyor. The two crabs are walking on a rock. İki yengeç bir kayada yürüyor. Kaplumbağa. Turtle. Kaplumbağa. Kaplumbağa. Turtle. Deniz kaplumbağası denizde yüzüyor. The sea turtle is swimming in the sea. Deniz kaplumbağası denizde yüzüyor. Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at turkishclass101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You'll also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time. Güle güle.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is the first step in your language learning journey that will guarantee your success. If you have trouble sticking with your language learning goals, it's probably because you're skipping one specific step. It's the step you need to take before you even start any learning. And doing it will help you stick with the language, not get overwhelmed, and reach your language goals. So today you'll learn 1. What solo language learners need to succeed, and 2. How to do self-assessment and set yourself up for success. But first, listen up. Here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Giving Directions Conversation Cheat Sheet. Do you know how to tell a taxi driver where to go in your target language? You'll be able to. With this PDF cheat sheet, you'll learn must-know words and phrases for giving directions. Second, the Most Common Verbs PDF ebook. You'll learn over 90 common verbs with this bonus PDF picture ebook. Download and review on any device. Third, how to talk about what you do in your free time. Learn how to say video games, fishing, and much more. You'll pick up over 25 words for leisure activities with this vocab bonus. Fourth, how to learn from home, learning strategies. Want to learn the language from the comfort of your home? This 1-minute lesson will give you all the best tactics for learning languages. Fifth, the top 35 adjectives for personalities. Can you describe your personality? This next bonus teaches you the 35 must-know adjectives for personalities, so you can talk about yourself in your target language. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. The first step in your language learning journey that will guarantee your success. Here's a question for you. When you want to learn a language, how do you usually get started with that goal? You might say the inspiration comes first, and that motivates you to start. Then you get a textbook or an app and go from there, right? That's a pretty standard answer, but how does that tend to work out? Most people end up falling off a week or a month later. Why do you think that happens? Leave a comment with why you think people tend to lose inspiration quickly. More often than not, it happens because you pick a goal, a learning routine, or a resource that overwhelms you and just isn't right for you. Here's a typical example. Let's say you work an 8-hour day and you want to try to start learning. Most people would try to squeeze in learning for 1 or 2 hours at night, or you could try and wake up an hour early. And usually that doesn't work out because you're trying to do things that you're not used to. Wake up earlier and study earlier. It doesn't fit your current lifestyle. So what should you do differently? Well, let's take an example from language schools. Before you start learning, language schools force you to take an assessment test on the first day. Why? So that they make sure the language lessons fit your level and put you in the proper class. The goal of an assessment test is to find out where you are and meet you there. That's something most solo learners don't do. And the problem is, if you're a solo learner, no one assesses you. And you yourself don't know what routine works best for you, how much time you can set aside, and how much studying you can comfortably do. We all imagine we can do an hour a day, but realistically speaking, it'll be a lot less than that. So that's where self-assessment comes in. Before you start learning a language, or do any goal for that matter, it's important to know where you are in life, what your daily schedule is like, when you're busy and when you're free. So you can set your expectations, know how much time you can put in, and so you can start learning at a pace that works for you. Now, how do you actually assess yourself? There are 3 assessments you can do. 1, a life assessment. 2, a routine assessment. And 3, language assessment. Language assessment will only be helpful if you already have some experience. If you're brand new, you won't need this. First, life assessment. Here, the goal is to see how the language will fit into your life and how you generally deal with goals. As in, if you succeeded with a goal before, what helped you succeed? You could take that and apply it here. If you failed before, find out why so you can avoid it this time. So you'll need to answer the following questions. Why are you learning this language? How will it help your life? What current connections do you have to this language? For example, listening to music, watching TV, you have a relative, you have neighbors or friends that speak it. What have you been doing so far to learn? Have you learned languages before? Have you failed any goals before? How or why? Have you succeeded with any goals before? How or why? Write these questions out and answer them. Next, the routine assessment. Write out your daily routine for a whole week. For example, wake up at 7 a.m., breakfast at 8 a.m., commute to work at 8:30 a.m., arrive at work at 9:30 a.m., lunch at 1 p.m., and so on. Do this for every day of the week. The goal here is to see what your daily routine is like, so you know when you're free, when you're busy, and where you can fit in language learning. That way, if you're super busy on Mondays and 5 minutes is all you can do, then that's good enough. You won't feel bad about doing only 5 minutes. If you see that you spend 30 minutes on commuting, add language learning on top of that existing routine. If you take walks or go for a jog, play an audio lesson there. Or even if you're cooking at a certain time, play an audio lesson in the background. Remember, look for an existing routine that you already stick with, like commuting, and where you can multitask. Don't try to create new routines. For example, waking up at 7 a.m. to learn will set you up for failure. If you usually wake up at 8 a.m., waking up at 7 a.m. will be even harder. And then, actually trying to learn a language at 7 a.m. makes it even harder. This is where new learners start having trouble. You're trying to do two things at once, trying to learn the language and trying to stick to a new routine. One is hard enough. Trying to do two can overwhelm you. So piggyback off of your existing routines first, so you can build momentum. And finally, there's language assessment. If you're an absolute beginner, you won't need much of an assessment. Just start with our absolute beginner recommended learning pathway. But if you have experience and want to assess yourself, there are two things you can do. First, if you're a Premium Plus user, then you're asked to do an assessment test when you join, but you can always request it again from your teacher. And second, if you're a Premium user, check our recommended pathways. We assign these pathways, level 1 to level 5, based on your learning level, from absolute beginner to advanced. At the start of each pathway, there's a diagnostic test. You can take that to assess yourself. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about when routines grow stale, how to learn more language with a new routine. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! What's your reason for learning language? Is it a personal goal, a hobby, or do you have dreams of moving to a country where it's spoken? In this video, you'll learn why your reason is crucial for motivation and for your success in language learning. We'll look at the top 10 reasons for learning a language from language learners just like you. What's your number one reason for learning a language? Whatever your reason is, whether big or small, knowing it or knowing your why is crucial for success and motivation. Number 1. I love the culture and the people who speak the language. This is a popular answer. Learning a language can be a great way to learn more about the culture and open up new ways to experience it. Number 2. I want to understand my favorite songs, movies, and TV shows. That's right. Songs, movies, and shows are great ways to immerse yourself in the language. If you're spending your time learning and also immersing yourself, you'll learn faster. Number 3. It's a beautiful language. Sometimes the answer is as simple as that. You have a genuine interest in the language itself. Number 4. My family comes from a place where the language is spoken. This can be popular for students who have moved to a new country and might want to connect to their home country's culture. Learning a language lets them learn things about their heritage and communicate with people who can teach them more about their cultural history. If your grandmother speaks a different language from you, it can be pretty hard to connect. So a lot of people want to learn a language to connect to family members as well. Number 5. I want to speak to my partner's family in their language. Similar to the reason above, perhaps you want to speak to your partner's parents or grandparents, but they don't speak your language. Not only can learning their native language let you connect with them on a more personal level, but it's also likely to impress them. Number 6. I'm learning the language to impress someone. We have many students say that they want to learn a new language to impress someone in their life. This could be a teacher, a parent, a friend, or even someone they admire and look up to. It always feels good to accomplish something and have other people recognize and be proud of your achievement. And you see this very often in language learning. When you learn a new phrase or can make a longer conversation, the people around you are bound to be impressed. Number 7. A love of traveling. There's no surprise here. Many people want to learn a new language to be able to travel more. Because you can see new places and learn about different cultures, traveling is a popular hobby for many people. And what better way to connect with the people that you meet on your travels than by being able to speak with them in their native language? We have a lot of students who just want to learn some basic conversations to help them on their trips, but even this can help you day to day. Number 8. I want to live in a country that speaks the language. After traveling around, someone might discover a country that really appeals to them, and they might decide they want to move there. But their language skills could use some work. Or maybe for a job or family reason, someone has to move to a new country. Not knowing the language can really make adjusting to a new home and even a new culture much more difficult. We have a lot of students who want to learn a language to help them when they move. Number 9, I just love learning languages. This is popular for people whose hobby is learning other languages. They fall in love with the process of actually studying and being able to speak in a new language. It's a huge feeling of accomplishment. Number 10, I want to open my mind and become more international. It's so important to expand your horizons and learn about more than your own culture. People around the world live their lives in different ways, and it's good to learn about them and how they interact. You never know what you could learn by opening your ears and mind to new things. Whatever your reason might be for learning a new language, as long as it keeps you motivated, it's a good one. Learning a new language is not an easy journey. It's one filled with lots of ups and downs. So keep in mind your reason and motivation for learning, whether it's so you can move to a new country or connect with a grandparent, and let it push you towards success. And if you're ready to achieve your language goals, just check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Want to know how to improve your listening and speaking skills, be able to save conversations, listen to them as many times as you want, and learn hundreds of practical everyday conversations? Well, there is an easy way to do this. In this video, we'll go over how to speak more using the dialogue track. So, what is the dialogue track? The dialogue track is an audio track with just the conversation from the lesson. It's only about 10 to 30 seconds long. Let's say you're looking at a 5-minute lesson about ordering food at a restaurant. First, you hear a conversation. Then our teachers explain every grammar rule and translate every word, so you know what it all means. That's where the dialogue track comes in. It gives you just the conversation. Here's what makes the dialogue track so powerful. First, you can quickly review the conversation without re-listening to the lesson. The dialogue track is just 10 to 30 seconds long, so it won't take you very long to cover both new and old information. This makes it perfect for a quick review of what you've just learned, and it helps keep it fresh in your brain. Second, you'll remember the conversations easier. Listen on repeat, like you would with a song, and the words, phrases, and grammar rules will stick better. And the more you come back to re-listen, the better it will all stick. Third, you'll speak more of your target language. So if you have 10, 20, or 100 dialogue tracks like that, then you have 10, 20, or 100 conversations that you'll know inside out and that you can use in real life. For example, conversations like catching up with friends, ordering at a restaurant, talking about your family, introducing yourself, and much, much more. Fourth, you improve your listening skills and can immerse yourself in the language. So imagine you've finished 20 lessons and you've downloaded 20 dialogue tracks to your phone. That's 20 conversations. You can create a playlist and play those 20 tracks and get used to the language and immerse yourself. To recap what we just learned, here's what you do to make the most of the dialogue tracks. First, after you finish a lesson, download the dialogue track. Save it to your computer or phone so you can listen to it on repeat whenever possible. Just replace 3 to 15 minutes of music listening for some language review. Next, if you've finished 20 lessons, you should have 20 dialogue tracks. Use those to create a playlist of these dialogue tracks so that you can listen to all kinds of conversations. And finally, try shadowing the conversations that you hear. This will become super easy once you've heard the conversation enough times. But if you're still struggling with a word or two, go back to the lesson and check the line-by-line breakdown of the conversation to find the words you need to practice. Boost your speaking skills with the dialogue track and check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Want to power up your language? You can do this by using practical lessons that you can use in everyday life. In this video, you'll find out what it takes to power up your language right now. Imagine you're speaking a language without stopping to think. You have all the words and grammar to express what you want to say, and they're all flowing out of you as if you were a native speaker. That's when language becomes powerful. So how do you power up your language skills like that? Books and software alone won't help, but actual practical daily conversation lessons will. Native speakers that explain the conversation and teach you how to respond will power your language up. And so will these tools to help you master vocabulary and pronunciation quickly. First, power up your language with Premium. This includes hundreds of audio and video lessons that will get you speaking. And you should know that we publish new lessons weekly. So on top of the current lesson library, there are even more lessons that you can learn along the way. And whatever your learning level is, we start you off with a lesson that's right for you. You can track your progress and see how much you've mastered with our site dashboard. Seeing your progress really helps you power up your language skills. It's really motivating to know that you're actually speaking and understanding a language that you couldn't before. Next, use the lesson notes. You don't get just the lessons. You also get detailed notes with each and every lesson. Meaning you get the complete lesson in writing and can easily follow along while you study. Plus, we've just recently upgraded them. The notes are brand new, easier to read, and work on any device, browser, or reader. Last, we have our premium study tools. As a premium member, you have unlimited website access, which means you also unlock our premium study tools. You'll get access to our 2,000-word core vocabulary list. These words are the most commonly used in everyday conversation, and they're essential to your conversational fluency. And you'll master them fast with our smart flashcard system and the word bank. You can perfect your pronunciation by reading from line-by-line transcripts. This means you'll have access to all the must-know words, and you'll be able to practice them with the correct pronunciation. Don't let your language learning slow down. If you're running low on motivation, power up your language learning with Premium. Get all of our premium tools for studying. Just check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Want to make consistent language breakthroughs? Here's how you do it with our advanced language learning system. In this video, you'll learn about 4 simple steps to make breakthroughs with our lessons. First, by breakthrough, we mean finally understanding and speaking language that you simply couldn't before. You finally break through. So if you're stuck at a beginner level or just aren't making much progress, this is for you. Here are 4 simple steps, but the first one is the most important one. Step 1. Accept that you need new lessons, new real-life conversations, new words, and new phrases. So you're hearing something new and improving your language skills. Repeating phrases you already know won't help you move forward. That's a mistake most learners make. They stick to what they already know. But if you could start understanding more language in minutes and start making consistent breakthroughs, would you? Well, here's how you break through with our learning system. Remember, you need to have a source of new lessons and new conversations to expose yourself to language you don't yet know. So if you're listening to our new lessons, which we publish weekly on top of our existing lesson library, you're good to go. If not, start right now. These lessons get you speaking and understanding language in minutes. Here's how. Visit the site, choose a new series or learning level that you haven't done already, and start with the first lesson. Step 2. Listen to a new lesson and expose yourself to real-life conversations. Now, you might not understand it at first, but in time you will. All the real-life conversations you hear in lessons are broken down, explained, and translated right after by our instructors. Plus, you can also read along with lesson notes so you never miss a word. So now you can actually understand the entire conversation. As a listener, you'll get exposed to brand new conversations and start understanding real-life conversations. So what's the next step? Step 3. You'll need to start speaking and repeating what you hear. That's the best way to start speaking any language. Do it from day 1. With our voice recorder available inside the lessons, you can listen to each line of the conversation and then repeat and record yourself to see how close you are to a native speaker. Finally, step 4. In case you missed anything, you can review with vocab lists, quizzes, and the line-by-line feature. The line-by-line breaks down the conversation, so you can hear and read each line again and again. So even if you can't catch something the first time, you can review what you heard and be able to hear it on the next listen. But remember, the most important step is the first one. You must jump into new lessons and new conversations in order to make a language breakthrough. To make your language breakthrough, just check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.